The maid's voice was casual, almost cheerful, but her words cut through me like a blade. "Sir, I found this while cleaning. It was tucked in the back of the closet." She held a small wooden box, no bigger than a showbox, polished smooth, the kind of thing you'd expect to find filled with old love letters or jewelry. But when I saw it, I froze. My throat tightened, and a strange dread coiled in my chest, heavy and suffocating. My wife, Emily, was away visiting her sister. The house should have felt calm, quiet, safe. But now, staring at the box, my pulse drummed in my ears. I didn't even take it from the maid right away. Instead, I dismissed her with a tight smile, waited until her footsteps disappeared down the hallway, and only then, with trembling hands, opened the lid. Inside was a collection of things, fragments of a life I didn't recognize. A man's watch. A hotel room key card. A stack of letters, folded and tied with a ribbon. And photographs. God. The photographs. There she was, my wife, my Emily, smiling at someone who wasn't me. Sitting across a table, her eyes lit in a way I hadn't seen in years. In some, they were close, too close. One picture caught them holding hands across a wine glass-stained tablecloth, their fingers laced together like lovers. My stomach lurched. My knees almost gave out. I sank onto the bed, clutching the box as if it might vanish. My heart begged me to close it, to shove it back into the shadows of the closet, to pretend I'd never seen it. But my hands betrayed me, pulling at the ribbon until the letters spilled out. The handwriting wasn't hers. Bold strokes, written by a man. "You make me feel alive again. I wish we could stop hiding. He doesn't see you the way I do." Each word burrowed into my chest like barbed wire. I wanted to stop reading, but I couldn't. It was like watching my life unravel in real time. With each letter, the truth became clearer. This wasn't a passing flotation. This was something deep, something ongoing. Something that had roots. I stared at the ceiling, my vision blurring. 20 years of marriage, of trust, of laughter and arguments and holidays and promises. How could all of that exist alongside this hidden life she'd built behind my back? Anger rose in waves, clashing with heartbreak, confusion, and something worse, doubt. Was it my fault? Had I neglected her in ways I hadn't noticed? Was this my punishment for growing complacent, for assuming she was mine just because she wore my ring? The sound of the front door jolted me. My chest seized. She wasn't supposed to be back until tomorrow. Daniel. Her voice carried up the stairs, light and unsuspecting. I shoved the letters back into the box, but my hands fumbled, the ribbon slipping loose. The photographs spilled onto the floor. My breath came fast and shallow. There was no hiding this anymore. When she entered the bedroom, she froze mid-step. Her eyes darted to the box, to the mess on the floor, and finally to me. For a moment, everything was silent except for the sound of my heartbeat pounding in my skull. "Where did you get that?" Her voice cracked. I stood slowly, my hands clenched at my sides. "The maid found it. Hidden in your closet." Her face drained of color. She reached for the box, but I pulled it away, holding it like a shield. "Don't." My voice was low, trembling with barely contained rage. "Don't touch it." Her lips parted, but no words came. Then, finally, "Daniel, please." "Please what?" My voice broke, anger surging. "Please don't read the letters. Please don't look at the pictures of you with him. Or please don't realize that the last 20 years of my life have been a lie." Tears welled in her eyes. She shook her head furiously, her hair falling around her face. "It wasn't supposed to be like this." I laughed, a hollow, bitter sound. "Not supposed to be like this. Then how was it supposed to be, Emily? You sneaking around forever. Hiding your little box of secrets while I play the fool." She collapsed onto the edge of the bed, her body trembling. "I didn't mean to hurt you." "Then who were you trying not to hurt?" "Him. His wife." The words spat out of me before I could stop them. Her sobs broke something in me. I wanted to hold her, to comfort her, but the very thought sickened me. Instead, I stood at a distance, watching the woman I thought I knew crumble. "Finally," she whispered, "it's over." "Over?" I repeated. Since when? Yesterday. Last week. Or did it only end because the maid found this box and I opened it? Her silence was answer enough. I paced the room, my hands dragging through my hair, my skin burning with betrayal. I thought about our daughter asleep down the hall, about the vacations we planned, the mortgage payments, the dreams we had. All of it tainted now, all of it cracked. When I turned back to her, she was staring at the floor, her face hidden behind her hair. I loved him, she said finally, so softly I almost didn't hear it. The words knocked the air out of me. She hadn't just cheated. She hadn't just betrayed. She had loved him. A silence heavier than anything I'd ever known settled in the room. I put the box down on the dresser with deliberate care. I don't know what happens next, I said quietly. But I know one thing, Emily, I will never look at you the same way again. Her sobs grew louder as I walked out of the room, leaving her with her secrets, her regrets, and the wreckage of everything we'd built. In the hallway, I paused, leaning against the wall, struggling to breathe. A part of me wanted to go back, to take it all back, to believe her tears meant something, that maybe we could rebuild. But deep down, I knew the truth. The box hadn't just held her secrets. It had buried our marriage. Would you like me to sharpen the ending into a shocking twist? For example, the maid intentionally planted the box to reveal the truth, or keep it grounded in raw realism and emotional devastation?